But here's my breaking point on that. Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want, go down that rabbit hole, whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this, no.
I'm sorry, but that whole thing right there is frustrating. The idea that she does not have time today, so Erika Kirk has time. It is not her priority to respond, get me upset. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to be very clear here. This is why there are many people who do not believe that women are equipped to lead companies.
Erika Kirk can't stand Candace Owens right now, and after what just came out, it's not hard to see why. One private meeting, one conversation that was never meant to go public, and suddenly the internet is on fire. In this video, we're breaking down the moment Candace Owens allegedly pulled the curtain back on Erika Kirk, dropping details about Erika's past that completely clash with the image she's spent years carefully building. Details Candace claims she learned firsthand, not from rumors, not from social media, but from a meeting that's now being dissected piece by piece. So here's the real question no one wants to ask out loud. Is Candace Owens lying like Erika wants us to believe? Or is Candace the only one willing to say what others are too afraid to, that the version of Erika Kirk the public knows might be nothing more than a perfectly rehearsed performance? Because once you start lining up the timelines, the relationships, and the contradictions, one thing becomes clear. This story is much bigger than a personal feud. And by the end of this video, you might see Erika Kirk very differently.
I think the mistake they made, and I've said on my podcast, she should have never become the CEO and chairman overnight. Because now when people have questions, you got to answer them, right? You're not just a grieving widow.
Now, over the past few months, Candace Owens has managed to do something few people can: enrage the heck out of her critics and captivate millions at the same time. Her ongoing commentary and theorizing surrounding the death of her friend Charlie Kirk has ignited fierce backlash, but it has also pulled audiences into what she describes as a real-time investigation into a massive cover-up, one she claims leads straight back to Charlie's own organization, Turning Point USA. But not everyone is willing to sit quietly while these theories gain traction. Erika Kirk, the current CEO of Turning Point USA and Charlie's widow, came out and made it clear that she is furious. In a highly emotional interview with Fox News host Harris Faulkner on December 10th, Erika pushed back hard against what she called reckless and damaging conspiracy theories.
The podcaster Candace Owens, okay? At one time, a friend of Charlie's, at one time, an employee of Turning Point. She has been one of the main peddlers of these conspiracies, and she is making a huge amount of money on it. She is building her business off of these lies. What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now?
Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop.
She spoke about the toll these claims have taken on her family, her reputation, and the organization Charlie helped build. Candace Owens, however, isn't backing down. As a former communications director for Turning Point USA from 2017 to 2019, Candace insists she knows how the organization operates from the inside. And she's openly questioned the official narrative surrounding Charlie's death, going as far as suggesting betrayal from within and hinting at possible involvement by powerful political or intelligence-linked forces. One of Candace's most explosive claims centers on a conversation she says took place roughly 48 hours before Charlie's death. According to her, Charlie allegedly told people inside Turning Point that he was forced to cut ties with a major donor because of his political stance. Candace has implied that this decision and what followed may not be a coincidence. Is this a tragic case of misinformation spiraling out of control, or is Candace Owens pointing toward uncomfortable truths that certain people would rather stay buried? Because the deeper you look into the timelines, the internal tensions, and the silences from key figures, the harder it becomes to ignore the question at the center of it all. What really happened to Charlie Kirk, and who benefits from the story we've been told? Anyway, in true Candace fashion, she didn't stop at questioning the official narrative surrounding Charlie Kirk's death. In fact, she went a step further and also raised eyebrows by publicly speculating about the location of his burial burial, at one point suggesting he was laid to rest in a Catholic cemetery, despite not being Catholic. That claim, which has since been disputed, sparked immediate backlash and added another layer of pain for Erika Kirk and her family, who have made it clear they want Charlie's resting place kept sacred and private. During her Fox News interview, Erika painted a very different picture of the aftermath. She described the Turning Point USA staff not just as colleagues, but as family, many of whom were present at the event where the shooting occurred. According to Erika, these individuals have been deeply shaken, forced to relive the trauma daily as conspiracy theories spread online. She said her team is rocked to the core, subjected to non-stop speculation and suspicion simply for being there. Erika didn't mince words. She labeled the wave of online theories a mind virus, calling on those fueling the speculation to stop. Her message was emotional and direct. Respect Charlie's memory, respect her family's grief, and stop turning a tragedy into internet content, especially when it comes to sensitive details like the location of his grave. But Candace Owens wasn't convinced. Shortly after Erika's public statements, Candace addressed the situation on her podcast, pushing back hard. She criticized Erika for speaking as a grieving widow rather than, in Candace's words, addressing concerns as the CEO of Turning Point USA. According to Candace, Erika avoided engaging with the substance of the allegations and instead focused on emotion. That response surprised many, especially because Candace had previously suggested she would stop discussing her theories if Erika personally asked her to. Instead, Candace doubled down, challenging Erika to be specific.
No one, and I mean absolutely no one, outside of my husband and Erika Kirk has the power to shut me up right now. That's it. There's nobody that has the capacity to get me to shut up about this except for Erika Kirk. And I will say this, like, I am on this journey to figure out what happened on that day. I'm not going to stop unless Erika Kirk asks me to stop. I said early on, if Erika Kirk asks me to be quiet, I will be quiet.
But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode, but this is not okay.
It's a no from me, but you know me. I'm just out here saying what needs to be said.
With that, Candace made it clear she isn't backing off. She maintains that until specific claims are addressed point by point, she will continue questioning the official story. Now, with tensions reaching a boiling point, Erika Kirk made a move that surprised almost everyone.
Erika Kirk met with commentator Candace Owens earlier tonight, following weeks of mounting tensions between the two. Kirk announcing the meeting on X, saying she looked forward to the, quote, productive conversation.
You see, instead of continuing the war through interviews and podcasts, she invited Candace Owens to sit down with her face-to-face, a private one-on-one meeting meant to finally clear the air and hopefully put the speculation to rest. But according to Candace, that's not how it played out. In the very first podcast episode following what she described as a 4.5-hour conversation with Erika Kirk, Candace made one thing clear. She walked away unconvinced.
4.5 hours later, I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm totally fine, and I'm sorry. I was going to do a show for you guys this evening, but I am truly exhausted. Very productive conversation. I asked every single question. I mean, from Egyptian planes to Turning Point USA faith, and I was very surprised by some of the answers that I got, and I think they were also very surprised when I shared certain intel. This probably should have happened a very long time ago, but I wanted to let you guys know that I am alive, and I will have the full rundown for you guys.
Despite the lengthy discussion, Candace said she still does not believe the man charged in Charlie Kirk's murder acted alone. And that's the part that sent shockwaves through conservative media. Erika's public push to shut down conspiracy theories surrounding her husband's death appears to have had little effect on Candace. In fact, Candace's platform has only grown larger as she continues to question the official narrative, even as critics accuse her of amplifying dangerous speculation. Candace revealed that during the meeting, Erika came prepared. By Candace's account, Erika brought phone records to challenge specific claims and even arranged for Candace to speak with a lawyer who explained how the investigation would unfold in court. The goal, it seemed, was to demonstrate transparency and finality. But Candace wasn't persuaded. She claimed that Turning Point USA has no insider access to the investigation, no unreleased evidence, and no special knowledge beyond what the public already knows. And if that's the case, Candace asked, why is the public being told told there's nothing more to question. With that in mind, Candace said on her podcast, "Why is the public being gaslit on this?" She went on to dismiss the evidence outlined in the police affidavit using one of her signature phrases, signaling that her skepticism remains firmly intact. Candace also stated that her concerns about certain Turning Point USA employees, people she once worked alongside, were not alleviated by the meeting. Erika Kirk, for her part, has said very little publicly about what was discussed. The only acknowledgement came in a brief post on X, where she described the sit-down as a very productive conversation and said she was shifting her focus back to America Fest, Turning Point's flagship event featuring high-profile conservative figures and political leaders. But judging by Candace's response, if Erika's goal was to persuade her to stop questioning the narrative, it didn't work. Instead, the meeting seems to have deepened the divide, turning a private attempt at resolution into yet another flashpoint in a story that refuses to settle. At the center of all this noise, speculation, and online warfare is a real tragedy. Charlie Kirk's murder has left Erika Kirk, her family, and the broader Turning Point USA community grappling with unimaginable loss. And as the shock of that moment continues to ripple outward, the rise of conspiracy theories has only deepened the pain and confusion surrounding what should have been a time of mourning. For Erika, the situation has gone far beyond political disagreement. She's publicly condemned what she describes as unfounded and reckless claims, arguing that they've turned a personal tragedy into a spectacle. Her calls for restraint, truth, and basic compassion reflect a growing frustration with how quickly grief can be overshadowed by internet narratives and speculation. But the controversy refuses to fade. Candace Owens' ongoing questions and theories about Charlie's death have created visible fractures within conservative circles. Supporters argue she's asking uncomfortable but necessary questions. Critics say she's crossed a line, amplifying doubt without providing verifiable evidence to support her claims. Candace maintains she isn't lying, yet the lack of concrete proof has only intensified the standoff. Meanwhile, Erika's plea for people to simply stop has resonated with many who see this not as a political debate, but as a reminder of the human cost behind viral narratives. Behind every theory, every podcast clip, and every trending post, there are real people still processing loss. As Turning Point USA prepares to address these tensions more formally, the larger question remains unresolved. Can the conversation shift back to honoring Charlie Kirk's legacy, or has the damage already been done? As this story continues to unfold, it stands as a sobering example of how quickly tragedy can become entangled with speculation, and how easily the grieving process can be disrupted in the age of non-stop commentary. Whether clarity or further division lies ahead remains to be seen. Guys, you'd better stick around because this drama is far from over.